Welcome back to the ESL Meisterschaft Spring 2015 League of Legends season. We are getting underway with our final game of this best of three in our last semifinal of the day between Planet Key Dynamics and Mousesports. PKD will be over on the blue side, Mousesports over on the red. And we already see our bands coming in: Rumble, Maokai, Nautilus, and on the side of Mousesports, Kog'Maw, Ziggs, Azir. So same bands out of them. Not going for the Fizz band, surprisingly. But we're seeing relatively same picks coming in on the side of PKD with that Janna first pickup.
Yes, indeed. We're going to be seeing the kind of taking away mountain support from him, and I mean, there's no surprises there. These same kind of bans you said before, you were maybe expecting to see that Fizz ban, but no such thing has occurred. We're going to instead be seeing Beansu taking Sion again to the top lane. We've seen him on that an awful lot, and it's feel like we may be seeing a bit of a repeat as both teams kind of sticking with what they know, sticking with what worked for them. So we're going to be seeing some winning combos potentially take shape. The only kind of initial surprise is going to be that Cassiopeia taken this time on the side of Mouse, and kind of a fourth ban against Snow.
I don't know why they didn't take away the Fizz. Maybe they'll... Well, the thing is,
They may have an answer for it.
if they were going to take it away, they would have banned it or picked it already. So I think PKD can be pretty confident in these two picks to just maintain them. Looks like they want to go like this very similar style that they went last game.
Well, it's exactly the same so far.
You have Sion now on the top and up against Fizz, which will be a little bit easier. Actually, a hell of a lot easier for Mousesports since they have Beansu with Flash now, as he has his ultimate to potentially help escape too. But PKD just sticking to what worked last game. I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing, to be honest. But we will find out. You know, Fizz didn't work in the first game, worked in the second. Maybe if they keep that same kind of recipe going for the team, might be what they need.
Yeah, and in terms of AD carries, Cedrian has kind of demonstrated his ability on both Jinx and Severe. Had a much better game on Jinx, and with that taken away from him, he's probably going to be looking to try something a bit different out. And the Tristana is not a bad choice.
Picking the Teemo just to get the crowd.
I wouldn't get too excited, yeah.
Yeah, it's just for the crowd that's there. And Duisburg? I don't even know how to say it. I guarantee Demon I haven't said it right at all.
They'll find one cut
Your
where
turn.
you said it right. Duisburg.
I seem pretty confident in that.
I'm very good at pretending to be confident about things I
Now
say.
say it in French.
A Duisburg.
Not bad, not bad.
Dankeschön. Either way, we are going to be seeing Zio securing the Rek'Sai for his team, and in the last minute change we are going to be seeing Thresh picked up for the bot lane. So we have our support confirmed. We don't have the AD character to assist him, and that'll be the last pick coming out from Mouse. On the other side though, for PKD, we are just going to be waiting to see who is going to be in both the mid and top lanes. And I wouldn't be surprised if that Aurelia is a legitimate pick. Beansu, of course, a master of Aurelia, and so picking that against him is a confidence pick.
Well, this teleport and flash, I would assume he's going to be picking Aurelia for the top side. And that gives Nunu another lane to go to when it comes to blood boiling and shoving turrets. You have Jinx, you have Aurelia, who does a lot of damage based off attack speed. When you level up your heat and style first, your W. So yeah, could see the Aurelia being picked. In terms of mid lane, though, you see Sun just hopping around quite a few different things. And it looks like they want to go for the Lulu.
Aww. So,
using Lulu to help Aurelia chase and keep her alive with that pseudo-tankiness out of HP. I feel like Mountain really wants Bard. I think he's been hovering over Bard every single time.
Yeah, his team aren't going to let him know. Of course, we are just waiting on an AD carry. But, I mean, I don't know. I do not like that pick. We saw PKD lose last time we saw Snow on Lulu, and that was in Game 1. I don't know why they've fallen back to that, what they think has changed. Just Snow was a real kind of crucial part of the PKD team fight on Cassiopeia. He was locking up a lot of players with his ultimate, and so taking that away just feels flimsy, if I'm honest. We'll see, though. PKD may have some surprises up their sleeves, and we'll see how that one shapes up. For the purple team, though, for the Mousesports side, we are just going to be waiting to see if they do choose to go with... It was Tristana they were hovering over before, so that's the AD carry potentially, and maybe even Lucian who's available. Nope, we are going to be seeing Tristana as that final locked-in pick. So as the swaps go on, we do have our confirmed sides. And Jason, what are your initial thoughts when you see these two teams?
I don't...
Okay.
That's my words.
Thank you, Jason.
I've never been a fan of Nunu. Never like him. Just never really like him when it comes to jungling. I mean, he's nice. You can provide speed for your team. You can provide zoning with your ultimate. We'll have to see how he really interacts with these lanes. If he's going to be able to get Flaxish fed again on the top side. I don't know. I would just go with Mouse in general. Cassiopeia, always big fan of her. Tristana gets stronger as the game goes on. And you can apply a little bit of pressure early on with the changes to her kit. And then Mountain, he's a big playmaker on John. I feel like he can be a big playmaker on Thresh too.
I think you're right. I kind of, the other side of the story, the other side of the teams, I do like, I've kind of been quite negative about Snow and with the Lulu in mid lane, but the other side of it is I have got a little bit of apprehension about how Zaya's going to play Cassiopeia. I feel like that's one of those ones where we've seen good things from it just through the game prior on Snow, and so, I don't know if I've seen him before. I've seen him Diana, Vlad.
Snow?
No, sorry, Zaya. Diana, I've said that already.
Vlad.
So he's played a lot of Vlad.
Azir.
Ah, that was the one that was evading me. So we've seen him on a kind of a whole range of mid laners, so I wouldn't be surprised if Cassiopeia works for him as well. Either way, though, I think we are on the Rift and ready to jump on in with our third game in this semi-final in the ESL Meisterschaft Spring Season Finals. And let's put that on your screens for you now. And we are in and ready to roll. On the left-hand side of your screens, PKD have not got, 0? That's a lie. That's 1. I shall change that in a second. But other than that, though, for the rosters for you, we have Flaxish putting Fizz to the side for a while and picking up Aurelia in the top lane. Dose in the jungle on Nunu. Snow with a Lulu for the mid lane. And in the bot lane, Sunny and Alopa on Jinx and Janna.
Binsu on side in the top lane for Mouse. Obvious on Rex side in the jungle for them as well. Zio in the mid lane on Cassiopeia. Curious to see how he's going to do on her this time. Cedrian on Tristar in the bottom lane. And Mountain on Thresh in the bottom.
And so, to start this one off, it's going to be, what's safe to say, a pretty standard start. We are going to be seeing both in the bot lane. If you guys are wondering where this incredible camera work is coming from, Jason has full control.
She's looking right at me.
So if you want to compliment the great camera work, do be sure to direct your compliments to Jason at JKaplan and let him know just how much you appreciate.
Okay, we can watch Flaxer sitting in Baron Pit.
Let him know how much you appreciate his camera skills. Just kicking this one off, though, we are going to be seeing I think it's safe to say we're not going to be seeing a forced lane swap. Of course, you can tell now by the positions of those bot lanes, but also I don't think it would have favoured the Aurelia in any way, shape or form. Binsu may have had issues as well, but I feel like, we've seen his Sion game before. He just plays catch-up and he's very effective at that. He's going to be starting Wolves, as he has done in the past. The only kind of interesting thing here is Flax. Look at this. He's trying to maybe catch up on the red buffs. Would be surprised if he goes all the way around to Krugs. Instead, he's just kind of going on a wild goose chase, trying to catch someone out. I'm not sure who it is he's trying to catch. Maybe around the Raptor camp as well, hoping to catch Binsu. Instead, though, it's going to be one dead Binsu and one Wolf camp dying to the aftermath.
I really want to see if he can solo blue buff like that. Maybe about armor first or something. One day, Jason, you'll find out. So you look at his early level 2,
but he'd just lose it. He'd just lose blue buff.
Yeah, but you get a lot of experience. Like if you're quick enough, can you get around to the next buff after Wolves and still keep going?
No.
Just imagine like a Scion. And he's doing the whole jungle dead. That's his first rotate around. Just all the jungle dead.
You lose a whole lot of health while walking, while moving. So that kind of negates that.
What if he flashed for it?
If he had a 0 cooldown flash, it could have been a possibility.
That was a possibility back in the day.
Was it?
Yeah. Remember an Urgot who scripted his way to have 0 cooldowns on flash?
That's ridiculous. Just fly
and
across the
he
map.
would just flash across the entire map and steal jungle camps away from the jungler. Anyways, obviously getting very low at blue buff. We'll be fine once he does burrow. Actually, I'm curious. Do you know what Force of Nature is? I think I asked this in the last game.
Force of Nature? It's a weapon in TF2 for a scout.
Okay. It also used to be a magic resist item in League of Legends, like way back in the day. This is like Heart of the Gold days, Philosopher's Stone, when they were like GP10s and you could stack them. And it was basically a Warmogs, but a magic resist Warmogs with no health. So just give you a buttload of magic resist plus regen.
All right. So what? I mean, so I guess they took it out because it was just too much easy to access magic resist.
Well, they got rid of a lot of magic resist items.
Yeah.
And like nerfed a lot of them.
Well, it kind of would have stopped the AP mages from making an appearance, which we do love. One of those AP mages is unfortunately Lulu, who has been one of those kind of interesting to deal with characters in this game at the moment. Snow up against Cassiopeia. We've seen this very matchup before, and we know how it can be quite difficult for the Lulu in the early game because of Cassiopeia is dangerous early. Kind of levels 1 to 4 can really hurt once you get that Twin Fang and the 2 poisons. It's going to be a lot of early damage. Either way, though, we are just 4 minutes into our final game in this best of 3 for the semi-finals. Of course, the grand finals will be coming up straight after this one. Euronics Gaming waiting in the sidelines, keeping their eye on who could their potential opponent. They probably had their, I've been saying before, they had their eyes on Mouse. Now they have to have their eyes on both, as what was potentially going to be a 2-0 after a convincing second game from PKD has kind of completely smashed the anticipation, or say the expectation that this was going to be a one-sided game. And here we go once again.
You didn't see that?
Oh, I missed it. No,
he was stuck. We'll watch it again.
What are we watching?
Okay, so he was stuck initially, then he got warped back on the replay. So he went through, but it didn't take him through.
Oh, right. Okay.
All right. Cool. Cool little bug there. So unfortunately, obviously, not to go for the gank, but then again, Flash just didn't have Flash, so that could have been a successful gank. You have to wonder what could have happened if that was... Well, that didn't happen, if he got in there cleanly. But nonetheless, it didn't. And we do have a big CS lead for Beansuit topside currently. 39 to 28. He's forcing Flashes to play careful. Actually, did Flaxish use his Flash in the beginning to flash over Baron Wall, and that's how he got behind them? I think he did. That makes so much more sense now.
Either way, Beansuit's going incredibly low. One auto attack would do it, but look at that. The nick of time. Obvious makes an appearance. Just enough to shed them back and keep his top laners safe and singing for now. Mountain going low, though, but not low enough. Sunny doesn't have the mana to keep throwing these rockets at the Thresh, and so Mountain realizes it could be his turn to turn this one around. He just needs one hook, one something to try and whittle down the health bars of the PKD bot lane, but no. It doesn't look like we're going to be seeing anything just yet, and now... just a battle for first blood. We've seen 2 very close instances of first blood, but still nothing has been drawn. As we're going to start seeing some level 6s appearing, especially in that mid lane. And Zio, level 6 Cass, does have the potential to 100 to 0 Snow.
So Flaxish flashed past this wall to get around red camp because his flash is off cooldown. Huh, that is really ballsy to do. And that would have worked out brilliantly if he actually was there. Unfortunately for him, he was not. But he'll have his flash back up again. I think Beansuit didn't know that it wasn't available. I think both of them didn't know. Well,
if you think about it, how you wouldn't be aware of it, would you?
You wouldn't at all.
It's a kind of smart way to use it in the early game.
Oh, Beansuit getting slowed on a turret takes a hefty amount of damage from that.
Well, Flaxish. Yeah. Hanopa and Mountain have been having a bit of a support clash, and it's kind of funny seeing Mountain constantly having Jan, because it's not necessarily a priority pick for the Mousesports side, because considering their first picks were both, well, I think it was Sion and Rek'Sai were the first 2 picks for Mousesports. So they kind of had higher priorities than that Janna pick, and Mountain just has to kind of sit back and say, all right, I'll take my second pick.
Well, Mousesports couldn't get it, unfortunately, because first pick was for Flaxish, who did get Janna. So they had to kind of, settle for Thresh, which not too impressed on so far. Not terrible. I mean, it's relatively early on, so can't really expect too much in the get-go. But again, just kind of a slow-paced game with both teams really what's on. I'm sorry. What's on the line?
Yeah, you don't want to be making mistakes at this point, especially as time goes on. If you are the one that means your team doesn't progress to the grand finals, that's going to be a whole lot of weight on your shoulders. That's for sure. That's for certain.
This cough, it just won't go away.
Yeah, if you ever hear Jason just disappearing, it's because he's got a bit of a tickly cough at the moment.
I just won't stop. I don't get it. It's just like that. You know that one good cough will completely get rid of it, but you just can't have it happen.
It's just a constant, relentless, tickly one.
Mm-hmm. Well, I've had it for like over a week now.
Stay away from me.
Don't worry, I will.
We're casting in other rooms at the moment. He's in a quarantine cell. Either way, 9 minutes into this one. We are 600 gold lead now in favor of the Mousesports side. Cedrian and Mountain going to be doing their best to extend that lead. Just 72 to 68 CS, both AD carries with a BF sword apiece, just the double Dorans being the separating item. This time in the hands of Cedrian. The biggest discrepancy has to be mid lane. Wow, look at that, 77 to 54. Snow's been having issues getting CS.
Well, it's easy the last hit when you're cast because you can Twin Fangs it and you get a lot of your mana back, where Lulu has to just spam Glitter Lance over and over again. And when you can't like one-shot the wave and then it gets shoved into the turret, like you have a hard time doing really much with that. That's what all Zao's been doing, just shoving the lane as quick as he possibly can every time, almost. And then Snow has the last hit, which is ridiculously hard on Lulu.
Obvious, been doing quite a good job with Rek'Sai as well. He's kind of been... I feel like we've seen more of him on Gregus than we'd have on Rek'Sai, which is unusual considering how good Rek'Sai can be in the early game. Level 7, haven't had a Rek'Sai ultimate either yet. Sunny's certainly taking risks in that bot lane. Wants to try and make something happen, wants to try and take the advantage, and so far no blood has been drawn anywhere on Summoner's Rift here for the ESL Meisterschaft Spring Season Finals.
Really, he's going for this when he's spot up by a ward. And you have Zayo already so far ahead in the middle lane. It's a bold move. But it's just not going to... it can't work out for him. That's just too risky. They're trying to maybe steal it away and ninja it, but with this fresh ward there, there's... No, not going to happen. Yeah, but meantime, rest of the game pretty slow. Top lane, big sis lead for Flaxish. As a Sheen done, working towards that Trinity Force. Both teams just concentrating on farming away. Not really able to get any ganks so far.
Not yet, anyway. Half health Sion in the top lane, but that's just going to be about as far as the things go. It's that Flash is taking a whole lot of turret damage, and obvious is there. This could very well be first blood. Beansu goes low. Flashing response to basically flashing away from each other. It's all on to Obvious, though, to pick up this kill, and he certainly has the means to do so. It's going to be a flash to secure it, but it's worthwhile as first blood does go the way of Mousesports, and that's going to be a very hard-earned first blood as Beansu forced to go low once again. But 11 minutes in, and we have our first kill.
I feel like Zayo almost wants to go for this, but nice little ult out of Obvious to come back down towards Dragon. So he ganks top, comes down to do for Dragon, and this should be a free take for them. Unless Sunny can steal it with an ultimate. It's going to be rough, but it is possible. And the teleport coming on top of this. They just finished it off, 1200 HP. They're not going to go for it. They're going straight for the fight. Cedric jumps straight on top of Sunny, and that would be another kill going for Mousesports. Flaxish, he's a very low on HP. He's being chased away, gets slowed up, flayed back in, and he will fall. Dragon still being used, and look at the ultimate out of Zayo and the hook. That will be 3 kills coming in just as quick. And a Dragon to top things off. 4-0, 12 minutes in, and they just got a giant lead off that misplay.
Yeah, one wrong step, and look at that. That's exactly what PKD were afraid of. He just put 1 foot wrong, and all of a sudden, you're going to be having 4-0. And Mousesports with now a, what, 4,000 gold lead.
I was trying to do the math in my head. I was like, wait, how much is that?
I was right.
Yeah. I'm just not used to you being right on math. Because neither of us are usually ever right when it comes to math, if it's like over 10.
Mental maths.
That is difficult.
Yeah.
You do have the Frozen Heart done for Beansu. Already very tanky for his team. Can make him able to dive turrets very well. You have Zayo. Is he spending a lot of money? Yeah, 1,400. He's going to have his Archangel stuff done relatively soon when he goes back. And Cedrian with 300 gold, so not going to have his Infinity Edge done, but they're starting to build up a big lead. And this is where things get dangerous. They can start to snowball this game pretty quickly. Especially since now Beans is caught up top lane when he was previously behind. Obvious looking for a re-gank on top, knowing there's no flash available for Flaxish. And Beans has ultimate up. That could be really deadly if they go for it.
Yeah, it certainly could be. Let's have a look how this one shapes up. The zap isn't quite going to connect, just a slither past the Tristana in the hands of Cedrian. This top lane matchup is so funny. Back and forth they go. Obvious is making an appearance though, and I think Flaxish knows it's all over for him. That's going to be death number 3, as it kind of seems to be a bit of a kind of contrast to game number 2, where we actually saw the what was I trying to say?
Flaxish gets fed over and over again.
Yes, that's right.
Oh my god, I'm about to sneeze. Ugh. That's the worst feeling ever when you're about to sneeze and you have to cast. It's same with like coughing and other things. Anyways, Beansuit pushing the top turret. Getting some good damage onto that. Zio, not really putting too much pressure on a Snow. Minus the CS discrepancy of 44 CS. Like, I wasn't actually expecting him to be that far ahead when I looked down. Like, he hasn't been too aggressive in terms of killing, but he's applied the pressure where it counts. He's constantly shoving this lane, making it really hard for Stow to last hit. And when you have Zio who can just heal up once he gets the stacks appropriate off of his Twin Fang, then, you know, he's pretty much impossible to shove out of lane.
It's not going to be the easiest scenario for Snow, and I mean, it must be difficult when you know you're basically just a defensive plan as a mid laner. I mean, you have to have, there are some players who are so good at playing that kind of passive support mid laner. You know, a few names come to mind. I'm talking of passive, look at that. Snow just goes massively ham, flashing over the wall to try and take a surprise kill on Zio, but Zio does manage to get away with a flash of his own. Still has Ghost as well, if he does need to escape again anytime soon. But Snow trying to get some extra gold in the bank. That 40 CS discrepancy is going to be weighing on his mind as this game continues, as we do see an early Rylai's picked up from Zio. Okay. Interesting pickup.
Going for utility, going for the chase potential against Snow, and not to mention the disengage where he can run away since he can get slowed up by that glitter lance. So not a bad pickup. It's tier right at 474.
Oh, Jason.
Oh, there was the cough I needed, I think.
Is that the cough?
Oh, it like reverberated in my lungs. It was great. Fantastic. Anyways, 5-0, 15, 16 minutes in. And they have a 5,000+ gold lead at like 5.3. Mousesports, they're building up momentum. They're getting strong. I feel like that next dragon, it's going to be given to him for free. I don't think PKD is going to contest it. It's not really worth that much in terms of what it's going to give Mousesports, but it can cost you a whole lot if you lose 3-4 people again.
Yeah, it's a big if, though. As this next team fight's going to be a big one. You're absolutely right. Both AD carries going to be doing their very best to get as bulky as they can. Both just going to be sitting on an infinity edges. There is about 500 gold separating these two. That's a big hook, though. Dose has been caught out. Obvious is there. This could be the team fight they needed, as Cedric has been forced way back with the exhaust. Sunny going back as well. They just want to connect one last hit. That's all it needs. No, the heal is there. Someone has heal used, and Sunny lives to fight another day. What are you even doing? Hanging around. He wants to get the Janna ultimate to sustain him and keep him there for the tower defense, and it's going to be just enough health to feel comfortable, to feel safe under that turret, but Obvious and Cedric are all preparing themselves to just nuke that turret down to oblivion. It's going to be going down thick and fast, and that's going to be a big one. Now Dose trying to do something in kind of a defensive manner to try and push them away, but in the meantime, that Dragon timer continues to tick away in 1 minute before that potentially large team fight occurs.
Sorry, my nose it's just, I have to sneeze again. It's just not going away. All right, Flax versus Beansuit. Flax is surprisingly getting low, considering, you know, Beansuit doesn't really have any damage at all built up. Like you said, Dragon less than a minute away now, 35 seconds to go. And Mousesports with that kill, they forced quite a few summoners out of Sunny. Flash and heal being gone. And that's to make their job 10 times easier, at least make Beansuit's job 10 times easier when it comes to zoning Sunny out.
There goes another one. That's going to be the mid turret down and out. That's 3-0. Now we haven't seen PKD make an even, well, a kind of a real strong push for anything as Snow does get picked up with a hook. They want to go in for this one, and they're going to be pretty effective as they just delete Lulu from the map. No wild growth was even used as the Mega Death Rocket does get thrown out from the other side of the map. Sunny's just trying to make something happen with a push towards that bot turret. It does go down, but we did see a Scion appear, and oh, he's juked it beautifully. But Sunny, that doesn't mean the end of the story, though.
He's got a frozen heart. He's not going to die. Like, Sunny can't do anything against him. And you just see him trying to farm in the meantime. And the fight's still breaking out towards middle, looking for another turret. And it's following really fast. Cedrian just hammering away at Flax, is trying to go and get a nice stone to Zio. And the smite comes in, but immediately forced back.
Seems like Mousesports have stabilized after that second game. They kind of jolt to the system saying, hey, you know, you could not make it to the grand finals. But they seem to have managed to kind of rectify the mistakes from that second game. And are looking on peak performance in this game. There seems to be a real air of confidence surrounding their players. They're going to pick up their second dragon just 18 minutes into this one. 4 turrets, 7 kills, and almost 10,000 gold separating these two teams. More like 8,000, but I was close enough. As now we're going to be seeing PKD just try their very best to do some shopping, get some farm in, and try and level out this gold.
Well, with a huge discrepancy middle in CS, it's going to be hard for Snow to offer much more than utility and obvious. He might be going a little bit too deep, trying to force him out, trying to keep that turret alive, and he's going to be doing, honestly, quite a bit of damage. Just going to retreat back underground, try to get some healing going, and Cedrin with the leap in. Flaxish, I wonder if that's enough to kill him off. Oh, just barely. The Monsoon comes in to heal him, but doesn't matter. That's going to be Dose going down, Snow falling as well, and Flaxish will escape this in the meantime. But 9-0, the gold lead is now just about 10,000. And Mousesports, they're on a roll. PKD are trying to stop this. They're trying to stop this rot, but they can't figure out what to do. Every time they push out somewhere, they get caught out, and that's another death added to the tally.
Yeah, I think at this point, to stop the rot, you need to chop the whole arm off, and that arm may very well be getting a kill. Look at that scoreboard. I just realized, I mean, I know it was 0-9, but you realize there's absolutely nothing to show for it. 3 deaths for the top lane. Kind of puts it into perspective. You haven't seen a death, though, on Ilopa, so to complete the set, Mousesports need to kill the support.
I just realized they nerfed direct size ult sound. It used to be ridiculously loud in spec mode.
Oh,
and you'd hear it from everywhere.
Yeah, that's right.
That's nice. That's nice. My heart's happy.
You used to get scared, I remember. You'd be casting, you'd just panic every time you heard it.
Yeah, it's just like, what the hell? I mean, and then you'd always go to him because it's like, oh, what is he doing?
What's he doing? Oh, he's just
going
back
to jungle.
Lane. Yeah.
All right, so 5-1-3 for Beansu. Warmog's Dung. He's got just a casual, just a little cash 2,600 health, you know, 20 minutes in. He's unkillable. I'm pretty sure he's unkillable. Like,
what, with the
Flaxish would have to attack for days to kill him. We might be here like an hour. Like, watch this. That's obvious taking the damage. And obvious doesn't have as much armor or health. Actually, obvious has more health, but not more armor. Yeah.
Obvious has more health?
Yep, but not more armor.
Okay, I can see that with the Cinder Hulk. Yeah, it makes sense. Okay. I was trying to do the maths in my head. We had renderings as well.
It's over 10. Shouldn't do it.
Yeah, that's past my specialty. Obviously, he's on the hunt, though. He wants to take the AD carry, but instead he's just going to have to settle for the enemy red buff. That's something, though. As Mouse are just going to they're essentially just walking through the enemy jungle, just screaming, asking, hey, come on, come fight us. And they're kind of realizing that PKD are not in a position in any way to fight at this point. And this is where they need to force their win. They need to force PKD's hand. You can see the ultimate from Flaxish used just to clear that wave as best he can. And I mean, credit to Flaxish for doing something with that earlier after the early deaths. He was count for a long period of time. Only managed to get 3 deaths out of the 3 kills, I should say.
Just look at this. Suddy does nothing. He does nothing to Beansu.
Well, he's not going to be the primary target either. You know that. Beansu's just going to be that scary front line, just irritating the AD carry, forcing him out of fights. We saw it before. Beansu doing it just kind of to perfection previously.
Hey, this is just a no-kill out of both of them. And with John supporting Flaxish, unless someone else joins the party. And they're just completely split up around the map. They're more than happy. Just like, all right, send 3 top, 2 bottom. Just kind of split them up and go for some more turrets. They almost have that 10,000 gold. They're just, what, 400 shy?
Flaxish knows the timer. Knows when he can sneak in under the Scion stun. Top lane is another kind of potential worry. But looks like Flaxish could be in trouble. Here comes the dive. They get the smite on as well to slow him down. Flaxish is so very low. He's going to be 1 dead. Aurelia, that's the 4th death now on the board for him. And it's going to be the 2nd kill for the obvious jungler.
Oh, it just takes 1 hook and Sunny's just going to go down. They have great wave clear with Sunny there and Snow. And even mix in Janna too. So it's going to be really hard to push this turret down. That's why it has such full health. Meantime, bottom lane, able to pick up 1.
This is the split. This is a very kind of 3-2 split across the map. Seems to be working quite well for them.
Well, we're 23 minutes in. Mousesports have a minute 10 to go on Dragon. I'm assuming they're going to be going for that next, get that 3rd stack of the buff. Not to mention they have a lot of money to spend each. So we should see a stack Shiv completed as a bare minimum for Cedrin.
It's an intimidating scoreline. Some shopping has been done as well. We're going to be seeing the Seraph's Embrace completed alongside the Static Shiv as well. So we're going to be seeing even stronger kind of carries, both the AD and the AP. I'm interested in the build path that he's opted to take Zio here. He's kind of steered clear of the Rabadons or even your Ludens. I don't know why, actually, to be fair, you wouldn't be expecting to see a Ludens on Cassiopeia, but something along the lines of a Rabadons. You haven't seen it. Instead, prioritising that Rylai's and then the Archangel Staff. Suggests he's more about that utility, more about survivability as well with that health and shield, trying to keep himself safe from that kind of early damage from Sunny as well as Flaxish.
Well, the stacks, I can't remember if it's a second or third bonus aspect of Serpents that he gets.
30%, yeah.
He gets like a Rabadon's Death Cap in his kit.
Yeah, that's true, but I mean, you double it, you get 60% additional AP. That's mad. Truly mad.
I think he had. Wait.
No, he hasn't got it yet. It's 500 stacks.
Okay.
I love me some Cassiopeia. Either way, we're going to be seeing Dragon number 3 picked up from Mousesports. Still no sign of PKD, as they're just enabling Mouse to further their lead more and more and more. Beansuit taunting them away, trying to rub it in their faces. But let's not forget PKD. They picked up one map before, albeit it was a lot different to this. Team we ruled out of picking up one has already done just that. So the impossible has happened. Let's see if it can happen again. 25 minutes in, and Mousesports have got this lead wrapped up and ready to go. As Euronics Gaming are their next opponent, potentially in this game.
If they can just close this game out, and just watch how little damage Beans is going to take. Just nothing.
Yeah, he's just laughing that off, shrugs it off. He had his Warmogs though, using that to the best of his ability. Keep him in it to win it.
I do have Flaxish off split pushing bottom, trying to get him farmed. I mean, he's got 20 CS lead now compared to the top lane. He's going Blade the Rune King for some extra damage, not getting any tankiness because they realize they can't fight 5-on-5, and that's going to help him split push a little bit better. I mean, he does some pretty good damage to turrets. He's forcing Beansu to really get back and defend this.
Yeah, what's Flaxish going to do against Beansu though? As Beansu just turns up the brick wall Scion. Going to be forcing Flaxish to stick around, not being able to use his TP. It is off cooldown, but if Flaxish keeps with him, then an integral part of the PKD Baron defense will not be able to make an appearance. In the meantime, though, it looks like there's a brawl going down. Oh, Lopa going incredibly low. This could be his first death of the game. It is. Zio, the man to snatch it away. As now Dose is in full retreat, as is Snow. Snow's going to be melting. He does, as it's going to be an easy one for Cedrian, as they're looking for a double kill, as it's going to be Zio who picks that one up, adding a third kill to his collection. Has been eventually just whittled away Flaxish's health. And I mean, 0-14, we could very well have a perfect game on our hands here.
Nope.
Oh, there's a turret already. It wasn't far off it, though.
It was close. It was close. Well, they will get Baron. They'll go back to base to buy up. Let's see how much money they have. Again, a good amount. See, Newslar draw picked up for Zio. Gonna make it even more potent. I'm actually kind of surprised to see PKD not surrender already. I mean, there is a chance to come back, but it's going to be almost an impossible feat for him.
It's not going to be easy, but look at that. Took a step. Took a second turret. It wasn't them, it was their minions, but they did it. As the mirrored turret does fall, and the Baron buff minions in response just shut down any sort of PKD minion push stream they had. And
why do these get all purpley and these like don't?
They do. They got like
just the thing the gem on their staff does.
They're less important.
That's not true. Caster minions, you're important. I believe in you.
Either way, Beansu is going to be splitting down the bot side as well, so he's just going to be given a whole Baron buff wave of his own. And I mean it makes sense. And if anything, he's just kind of like a banner buffing those minions with his incredibly tanky nature as well. Splitting through with the Rek'Sai mid as well. They're going to be basically just looking to push on all fronts. And at this point, 14-0, you kind of can. As Obvious manages to deal with Dose easily. Looking to deal with the brunt of the defense though. PKD stacking their numbers up towards that top lane. That enables Beansu to just start pushing and pushing on towards that bottom inhib, as he's already on the way to, just the Nexus. He seems to be backing away though. I'm not sure why. Maybe he wants to provide some assistance to his teammates. Ooh, Rocket just whistles past Cedrian's ear, as they instead realize mid may be a better option here.
I bet you Cedrian's saying, so that is a rocket in your pocket. Come on, that was good.
That was good. I like that.
Oh, Mousesports might be getting a little bit too cocky. Flax trying to chase Zio. He has ultimate though. And there's no real chance of really killing him. And the fight's actually being turned around. Nope, we're getting very low again. Sedrin doing some ridiculous damage, healing up off of those minions. And Flax is now joining the party, but Mousesports with that third dragon buff, they're a little bit too quick to run away. Beansu able to get the bottom tier turret, or the bottom tier 3 turret, the inhibitor turret, and even pulled minions away from middle to allow them to shove into this turret on top of this. And look at that. Dose, you're a dead man. Not going to escape. Even Beansu just, again, taking nothing off of this turret. Snow will fall, and that'll be 2 kills added to Mousesports. Zaya will miss, unfortunately, the ultimate of Flax, so she will just run away and escape, but Sedrin is able to help clean up. And there's 4 kills for 1 death. And that will be inhibitor turret and inhibitor number 2. Flaxus, she's like 1 kill. We got it.
Yeah, let's shake our heads at Zio for breaking that beautiful looking 0.
Scumbag.
You can see Flaxus saying, I kill. Happy with his...
no, it's 1 kill.
Oh, is it 1? Okay. Either way, though, the Mousesports side are going to the grand finals. It's just a matter of time. Flaxish falls as well as Sedrin picks up yet another. It's going to be his 5th on the board. There's another one coming in as well. Dose just getting hooked up. They're just feeding them now. Feeding them, gifting them kills to make pad the stats is what I'm trying to say.
I like statting the pads.
Statting the pads. Either way, that is going to be it. The Nexus falls and Mousesports are going to meet Euronics in the grand finals.
Right, well done by them. It took them an extra game that maybe they didn't expect to have to play, but nonetheless, 7-1-5 for Beansu, 2-0-12 for Obvious, 5-0-5 for Sedrin. Proven Tristana pretty damn strong with their comp. 2-0-11 for Mountain. They played it smart from the beginning to the end. And like I said, that secures them their spot into the grand finals up against ESG. Euronics are going to have their work cut out for them, but with the ability to watch these 3 games, I think they have a good idea of what they need to ban away and what they need to do against Mousesports to potentially pick up the win.
Yeah. I mean, I'd have my eyes on Beansu because he is a dominant force at the moment. Yeah, he was seven kills in that game.
He was able to be that. I think it was due to Obvious with a lot of the ganks he did too, but he definitely was a wrecking ball, constantly coming in, bottom to shove the lane, picking up kills top side as well. Strong player. The guys are heading to a quick little break. It's actually quick. It's going to be about 20 to 30 minutes, I would assume.
They've got to get set up on stage and stuff.
They do, and they have like giveaways and stuff to do. You can head over to twitch.tv/ESL/summonersin with 2 N's if you want to see those giveaways. You can't actually win at home, I'm sorry, since you have to be there live to do a screaming contest I think they're doing.
Oh yeah, I saw that measuring the decibels or something.
Yeah, screaming like Demacia. And we can do our own one right now. Ready? You go first.
What are we doing?
Yeah, scream as loud as you can for Demacia.
Demacia.
Thank God. All right, another break, guys. We'll be back in about hopefully half an hour's time, and we'll see you then.